Interesting times. So, what's next in the lightweight division going forward?
It's so hard to determine. It's so hard to determine, right? So again, like I said, you got the limbo champion. You had a phenomenal showing by Charles Oliveira against Tony Ferguson in that last fight out. Phenomenal. He looked amazing, right? And people will look at Oliveira's record and will look at some of his previous fights and say, oh, maybe that was a fluke. I don't think so. I think it's a young fighter that started at a very young age who's developed into his best self right now, right? And that's something I actually want to bring up. If you listen to our previous podcast, we had Remco Pardue on, and he had mentioned that he felt like Conor was beginning to decline, right? That he was starting to fall off. And looking at this particular performance against Dustin Poirier, there's some validity to that. It looked like McGregor was in control for the most part, but the tank wasn't there. And I don't know if it was a better chin that Poirier has developed or a weaker shot that Conor was delivering, because he caught him a couple of times, bang on, and it did not put him down. Whereas in the past, you think that would have made Poirier drop.
Right.
So there is some validity that maybe Conor is falling off a bit. I would say that Oliveira is peaking right now. And you want a title shot when you're peaking. So I think a match between Oliveira and Poirier or Oliveira and Chandler makes perfect sense. I don't know if you want that to be the interim title, match, or you just want that to be a prove-it match and then decide from there. But that would be the next match. If I was Dana, I'd be looking at putting together.
Okay. Just before I get you out of here on the world of MMA over the weekend, talk us through the Rodriguez versus Ribas match. That match intrigued me.
Oh, yeah. So I lost money, right? We lost money on that match, right? Because I had Ribas winning by submission. And she looked for the submission 3 or 4 times in the first round. She had opportunities there.
Right.
But I think she didn't press the opportunity because she didn't want to burn out her arms. And she had Rodriguez under so much control once she took her down. She felt like I could go another round of wearing her out before I go for the submission and put her away. So instead of burning myself out now trying to get it, I'll just take her down in the second round, apply a little more pressure, burn her out a little bit more, and then try and finish her, which is exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Right.
Man, was I wrong. Right? I'll say this. Rodriguez's corner, in between round 1 and round 2, had the correct idea in saying, look, you lost that round. You do not go down again. Take it to her right from the bat. Right from the bat. And I was like, wow, he said exactly the right thing. Because too often, I listen to these cornermen, and they're always telling their fighters that was close.
Right.
Think maybe you might have even got that round when they obviously didn't. Right? Keep doing what you're doing. Work that stand-up. No, he applied immediate urgency. Get out there. Do not get taken down. Take it to her.
Be aggressive.
Yeah. What happens? She stops the first attempt at a takedown, and then, boom, on the button, out. Like, I was surprised at the amount of power she actually packed in that small frame to rock Ribas the way she did. I think Ribas was stunned as well. Like, I can't believe I got hit that hard. It just dropped her.
Right.
Right? So I was very surprised. It sets Rodriguez up for a top bout. Whether or not she can get away with that kind of a striking show against another top-level striker, that's to be seen, right? I just think Ribas was almost lulled into a state of security in that first round. Rodriguez didn't throw anything with full power. She was trying to feel out her distance. She got taken down. She got controlled, dominated there. So that second round surprised me, surprised probably everybody.
Amazing.
Awesome fight, though. Awesome fight.
Yeah. I like that one. And we didn't make money on that code, but that's all right.
Because we made money on Calderwood.
Right. We'll get it back. We'll get it back in other ways. Easy come, easy go. And you got to check out our Patreon code, right?
Oh, yeah. For all of the bets that we place, plus of some of our full-out betting advice for a number of different sports, check out the Patreon. But more importantly, any of our interviews and in-depth analysis on particular sports, especially fantasy sports with Nii and myself. You're going to get that all on our Patreon site. And unlike some of these other podcasts or YouTube channels that will charge you extra for their, say, fantasy football primer, that's included 100% with being a Patreon supporter.